Essays on Untouchables and Untouchability, Social by Babasaheb Ambedkar. Chapter 1 2D. Like the criminal tribes, the untouchables also live in the midst of civilized Hindu society and possess a degree of culture and morality which completely separate them from the primitive tribes and the criminal tribes. The untouchables have the culture of the Hindu community. They observe the religious rites of the Hindu community. They recognize the sacred as well as the secular laws of the Hindus. They celebrate Hindu festivities, but they derive no benefit from this. On the contrary, they are segregated and shunned because of their physical contact and because this contact is held by the Hindus to cause pollution. There is therefore an interdict on all social intercourse with them except for unavoidable purposes. They live on the outskirts of a village and not in the midst of it. Every village has its untouchable quarters. They are attached to the village but are not a part of the village. Segregated from the rest of the Hindu population, they are bound down to a code of behavior which is appropriate to a servile state. According to this code, an untouchable may not do anything which raise him above his appointed station in life. He should not dress in style superior to that of his status, nor should the untouchable woman adorn herself with ornaments after the fashion of the higher class Hindu women. He should not have a house better or bigger than the houses of the rest of the Hindus in the village. In any case, he must not have a tiled roof over his house. An untouchable must not sit in the presence of a Hindu and must always salute him first. An untouchable must not wear clean clothes, must not use brass or copper pots, and must not wear gold or silver ornaments. When someone dies in the family of a Hindu, an untouchable must go miles to convey the message of the death to the relatives of the family, no matter how far away they might be living, because a Hindu in a village feels disgraced in the eyes of his relatives if he has to communicate such messages by postal communication. An untouchable must accompany the women folk of the Hindus on their journey from their homes to their parents and vice versa. Their dignity requires that they should have a retinue, and the untouchable is the only available class from which such a retinue can be drawn without any cost. At every ceremony at the house of a Hindu, the untouchables must come and do menial work. An untouchable must not own and cultivate land and lead an independent life. For his livelihood, he must depend upon stale remnants of food left over by the Hindu households and upon meat of cattle that die in the village. These remnants of food he must collect from door to door, for he must go on his begging round every evening. Similarly, an untouchable must carry the dead animals out of the village. Indeed, he alone must carry them because no Hindu will agree to do scavenging. An untouchable should not take to such services as should give him authority and power over caste Hindus. He must be humble and must not ask for more than his lot under this code. It is true that some of the untouchables have risen above the low status prescribed by this customary code of conduct and have acquired high place, but the majority of them are still socially in the most servile position and economically in abject poverty. The end.